What's next for Victor Oladipo? That is one of my biggest questions heading into this NBA offseason. What was projected to be one of the bigger free agencies names this summer, alongside the likes of Kawhi Leonard if he opts out, but more notably Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, amongst others, and Chris Paul if he opts out. Not the biggest free agency class, and that's why Victor Oladipo was one of the biggest names. But of course, now with the subpar season since he's returned from injury, and another injury now at the tail end of the season since Miami acquired him, leaves some real question marks around who is going to be interested in him this summer, at what money, at what term, and what role he has in the NBA moving forward. After being a second overall pick back however many years ago, 2012, 2013, that draft was a lot longer than it seems now. Makes me feel old. Oladipo's no longer young anymore. Because of that, he's now approaching his early 30s. And so it's going to be very interesting to see what his market is in the summer. And that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below of his future and where he could end up this summer, and then what type of money and term on his deal he could get. If you guys want NBA content like this, consider subscribing, because I post consistent NBA content on this channel. On. And so let's get right into it. So obviously Victor Oladipo, drafted by Orlando. Some people thought he was disappointing. I thought he already had great potential. He goes to OKC, of course, in the, or not OKC. Is it OKC? Yeah. He goes to OKC. He played decent there. Not great. It still wasn't unclear how his future was going to be, but then he really showed out in Indiana, became an all-star, and really proved that he could be one of the best young players in the league at that point, and was very deserving of that second overall pick. And then, of course, had that terrible injury that has really set back his career, and he just really hasn't looked as good since. He still put up some decent counting stats this season, but his efficiency just really isn't there. His playmaking and just on-ball ability to be safe with the ball and smart with the ball and be a creator and a playmaker just isn't at the same level anymore. And there's some legitimate question marks about his productivity, his ability to be a quality NBA player, his ability to be healthy. There's a lot of question marks here. And sure, like, he was just given the chance to shoot a lot, which is why his counting stats look good. But he shot 32% from deep and 40.7% from the field on the season. It was not a good shooting season from him at all. He only played 24 games due to missing injury, not playing back-to-back to Houston, and then only played 4 games for Miami before picking up another injury. In Miami, he was on a lesser role. You'd think, oh, maybe he takes higher efficiency of shots. He'll be taking less shots. You know, he shot 37% from deep and 23.5% from the field. All right. Flip those numbers around. 23.5% from deep, 37% from the field. He just did not shoot well at all, given that's a small sample size of 4 games. But the future just doesn't look that good for Oladipo, and so there was some talks. He was interested in Miami. That's why he ended up getting traded to Miami. He very much wanted to go to Miami, and why he didn't re-sign with Houston. I don't know if Miami really wants it anymore. And I don't know if anyone's going to give him the money he wants. I know there was some talks that Oladipo, it might have only been another 1-year deal, but there's some genuine talks that Oladipo might have gotten $20 million or so. And now I think Oladipo definitely takes another 1-year deal or a 1+1 with the team option, because I don't think anyone wants to lock into him long term. I don't think there's much faith in his ability to get back to his all-star season where he put up 23 points, shooting 47% from the field and 37% from deep. And I think there's just concerns that he's even a decent player anymore, or can even stay on the court. And so maybe he does get 10 to 15 million, but it's definitely going to be on a 1-year or a 1+1. And I don't know what type of teams are going to be interested in this. As I've got here, we've got Indiana. I don't think he goes back there. Miami, of course, has been the big destination and where he's wanted to go. Maybe if he takes a 1-year deal, they'll bring him back. But that's about it. And Houston, I don't think he really fits the timeline, although they did want to re-sign him initially, but that might have been just more because they made the trade and realized, oh crap, we screwed up, we need to try and get some value out of this. He just didn't play that well there either. And so I think the future is very murky for Victor Oladipo. Now, he's definitely made his money, but this is a true reason and definition of why some of these young players want to lock up their money and get paid early in their career. And I don't blame them, as much as it might seem greedy, and as much as it might seem like these guys are just getting paid too much money. In the case of Victor Oladipo, his career might be done, and his time at making money at his profession and his job might be done at pretty much the age of 30. And that sucks. That really sucks. But I hope the best for Victor Oladipo. I hope he can find himself a team next season and start playing better basketball. I don't expect him to be the lead guy or the second guy in a team anymore, but if he can fill in on a role and just play some different defense, although his defense, of course, isn't as good anymore, but it's still serviceable, and hit some buckets and be a fourth or a fifth guy on a team. Maybe he becomes a sixth man or a seventh man, or he's a role player on a team. I think there's still a place for Victor Oladipo in this league. He's just going to have to find it, adapt, and hopefully stay healthy. That being said, let me know what you guys think down below about Victor Oladipo and where he could possibly end up, and what type of contract you think he'll end up getting. I'm a big Victor Oladipo fan. I really hope he can work this out and find himself a job in the NBA for the next few years. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.